Today's video, I'm not breaking down what you will be seeing, but I want to give you guys kind of like a history and update of my channel and much more. But what you will be seeing is the continuation highlights of my career being simulated in Madden 21. So of course, you guys are going to see the next match as I take on the Packers and complete a game day go against the Packers, which is beating Jair Alexander and trying to bounce back from last week's loss against the Raiders and get a win against the 2-0 Packers. So, as this video will continue on, the update and the things I'm going to be talking about is, of course, for newcomers and people that probably subscribe late and don't know anything about the history of what I used to accomplish, continue to do on my channel, and much more. So up first, I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of history and some archival footage links, which everything will be located and linked down below in the description of today's video. So up first is, of course, the amount of videos that I have been posting, which I kind of cut down, but I have about over 3,000 plus videos with almost 6 million total views. So, for those that are just joining in, what I do and have been posting has been breakdowns of my competitiveness of all my online ranked matches for Madden college football. Also, I give an insight of new football games that's coming to the football genre, like Maximum Football, Varsity Football, Axis Football, and currently what we have now, which is ESG, which is my main focus on because ESG is the brand new football game that's going to be a big bang for the football genre, for the football community, and I'm currently beta playtesting it. So, if you guys are wanting to get into the beta playtest, which is now open up to the public for their Discord waiting room, which once again the link is down below in the description to do so, all you gotta do is check out the information down below as well to go and apply and get set up for future beta playtest that's being currently held by ESG Football. So, once again, the link to the waiting room, which is open public Discord that they have, you can simply join, tell others to join, and then you can also go ahead and sign up with the applications that they have for the beta playtests. Now, a ton of you may not know the history of my competitiveness. I used to compete at a high level. I was also in the Madden 16 tournament, a few tournaments that is, but the way that they done it back then compared to now, you didn't get to see how people cheated their way to the top, and now you get to see everything being live streamed. But I did get in the first wave for the Madden 16 tournament, got cheated out, couldn't submit the results because the person that cheated was able to advance, and the way that they done it back then is just not a fair chance. That's why you see year in and year out with Madden tournaments, you pretty much see the same repetitive players in the tournament brackets. Now, I have linked also my Discord down below, which is a community Discord, which is also another way for you guys to communicate with me. It's a faster way to interact. But as you guys see right here, which will also be in today's video description of all the major videos from all the total amount of videos that I currently have that meant the most to me or stood out the most, is videos from me competing against top Madden players like the number one, number three, whatever top ranked players that I expose, even top so-called Madden YouTubers at the time, and even from this year from playing top college football 25 players, and just a lot of overall videos in general that you may have missed subscribing late. And of course, even if people did subscribe back then, you may have missed these videos as well. So, most of these videos showcase that as well with all the breakdown videos that I have been doing lately. It gives you guys a better insight of how I go about my matches, and hopefully it can help improve your gameplay as well if you guys want. Just because I don't really give out ebooks or tutorial videos, tips, money plays, whatever the case may be, to help you really actually improve or invest into your own scheme when competing online, I also give you guys the chance to have lab sessions, which is practice games or just competing against me in a friendly match and letting me give you guys a breakdown of what you do, what you need to improve on. It's a better way for me to get a hands-on experience with you guys and see how you play and help you out. That's the best way I can really um, improve you guys' gameplay overall. And for those that are wondering how I got so good over the years, well, I used to compete at a high level, right? But also just playing regs against people that always continuously done money plays, glitch plays from other YouTubers that supposedly show them tips, but they're not even good at the game. They just showcase like exploits. And for me, that really helped me improve because where everybody does the same thing, I kind of got used to adapting to those type of stuff. And also if I was getting beat or destroyed, I would sit there in the match and just continue to practice and figure out what I need to adjust, what I'm doing wrong, and fix it. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration nowadays, especially if they're losing. They get butt hurt and try to play like a douchebag in the match, just, calling timeout, going off sides repeatedly, but they don't take the um, moments where they can just sit there and actually practice. That's the best way I got to be good over time as well. Football knowledge kind of kicks in, um, using that to my advantage as well, making reads like you guys have been seeing lately in my college football 25 breakdown videos where I'm telling you guys what I'm reading, how I'm reading the defense alignments and all that stuff. And then also when I play the same teams like Alabama, you get used to everybody doing the same exact thing because Alabama players, they sit in the same formation and you kind of get used to adapting to the same formations and already know what they're going to run. So just overall in general, that's how I adapted to improve over time. And I just have years of experience going through that headache moments and tough moments, especially competing against people that are somewhat good. And then, of course, the people that continuously glitch and exploit the game. So, once again, check out my community Discord, which I have a link down below in the description so you guys can interact with me and get the possible practice matches in so I can help actually improve your guys' game and also give you a better insight of what I'm doing against you and how you can possibly beat against things that you may run into that I can end up doing against you. So that's my best way. I feel like that's the best method in general of how you can get better at, improving your game and just matches in general. Either practice with somebody that's extremely good, or of course, when you lose in your matches, just sit there, take the loss, but you're also practicing and trying to figure out things instead of just quitting. I know a lot of people want to get to the next match and all hope is lost for you, but that's another method that you have to take into consideration to think about when those matches does happen. And like I said, a lot of people don't take that into consideration for a advantage in the long run to help them out. When I look at the ebooks or what, the tip YouTubers do, they do that because they want money. And of course, I don't blame them on their hustle, but when you really think about it, people that show exploits and stuff being done against the CPU, sure, it can help you in a way, but in the long run, it doesn't really help you when you're trying to copy and paste somebody else's scheme. And that's another thing that I have preached over time. When I see people copy and paste their scheme, it's like once it gets stopped, they have nothing else to go to because one, they have no football knowledge, and two, they don't use any plays that they already know that they feel comfortable with running because they're so focused on trying to figure out, oh, I should do this play or that play because this person showed me a tip that this is guaranteed to beat this coverage or this is easy way to score, whatever the case may be. That is just not the right way to go about it. I have faced a lot of people, like I said, that do the same thing, copy and paste other people's schemes. They may not run it as effective, but once it gets stopped, they have nothing else to go to. So I recommend not doing that. Now, the way I help is based off football knowledge for one, and two, help you better overall in areas that you may be extremely terrible at. So, for instance, I seen a lot of people tell me, "Oh, how are you able to read defense when it doesn't really showcase this?" Especially now with college football 25, where they actually have the skies coverages. Like I said, I break down my matches now and show you guys directly what I end up doing. Also, you may have people that may not be good at running the ball. They don't know how to make certain reads and read off of certain run plays of how to use their vision. You have people that may be terrible at stopping the run. I mean, there's so many areas that a lot of people are, you know, bad or good at. And I showcase in some of my breakdown matches as well. People can be good at passing the ball or just overall in general better on offense compared to defense. They're not balanced on both. For me, over the years, the one thing that I was terrible at was defensive gameplay. And over time, I practice and practice, got myself better. I improved on my defense tremendously. My offense has always been there. Of course, I perfected that a little bit much more better. But overall, I got myself to a point where I'm balanced on both ends. And I established myself by competing at a high level and able to improve over time with both offense and defense. Now, a lot of you say, oh, you just do one play, same formation. Well, I got so used to doing the same thing because when you look at it from a competitive standpoint, literally 100% of competitive players will sit in the same exact thing and do adjustments. When you look at it, yes, you can have a advantage by running any formation, but you can literally run one formation, one play, and just make simple adjustments. And it makes it difficult for people to play against people like that. So, like defense for this year, I converted from a cover three cloud over nickel defense to just the 3-4 loop blitz, right? The reason behind that is because for some odd reason, the zone coverage based off adjustments plays much more better in comparison to what I do in the nickel formation. If I'm just sitting in the base cover three cloud over, sometimes the middle linebackers that's playing hook zone, they will cross man for some odd reason. So there's moments like that when you got to figure out how the formation in certain zones play out. And that's why I end up doing that. Also, it's the best way to get pressure because a lot of people do not take the time to actually simply block the running back. And I showcased this numerous times, and that's why a lot of people give up easy sacks. It's the best way to get pressure. Also, later on today's video, after the highlights that you guys are about to see, you guys are going to see highlights of back in Madden 24 when I was competing at a high level of the stick work run game that I used to have. So we'll get more into that later. But overall, that is how everything is approached and how I go about, you know, my competition nowadays. Most of my competitive play is based off what you play. So where a lot of people copy and paste and try to run certain schemes that other people do, I do not do that. I have my own way of playing. I never copy anybody else, even though people say, "Oh, you're doing what so and so does." No, it's based off how you play. So like with the loot blitz, everybody says that's the meta. No, it's not. And plus, how I run it is not like anybody else how they run it. And that's why it's so difficult for people to compete against me when I do run it. So I do things that may seem like I'm doing something that copies another person, but it's not. And this is even before the loop blitz. Like I said, nickel cover three or just base cover three sky. I would showcase the same exact look every single time and make the slight adjustments based off what you're doing. Like if you're doing corner routes every single time, I'm gonna adjust to stop that, but I'm gonna showcase the same pre-read look that you think I'm running. Especially a lot of people look at, after the play where it shows what play your opponent's running. It's going to just show base cover three, but what I'm actually doing during the play, you don't know who I'm manning up. You don't know who I'm going to send. So that's another thing. People assume that I'm running the same play because of what they see with the results of end of the play of what I picked. That's not the case. Like I said, everything is based off how you play the game. If you're going to try to chew clock and run the ball, Well, if you get stopped, I'm gonna do the same exact thing to you because I know for a fact you can't get downfield quick enough. You're going to either run the ball a lot or throw short passes. That's going to help me chew clock. So you're basically chewing clock for me. And that's how I can take advantage of anybody. I play to people's styles and make them regret playing the way that they play. And that's how a lot of people kind of give up. It's just like certain times I make people, for instance, run the ball. I'll let them run the ball or throw short passes the entire drive. I'm not going to give up easy passes, right? So that's going to make me think that, oh, later on, if I score quickly, I know for a fact that you're going to have trouble getting downfield because you're just doing dink and dunks. Eventually, those dink and dunks is going to cost you the game because you can't pick up a short yardage or a long yardage first down because you cannot get big plays off. So I'm going to let you have fun with your little short yardage gains. Long run, it's not going to help you, especially when it comes to you have to make a comeback because you don't know how to get downfield because you got so comfortable of getting short yardage on me because I let you have that opportunity. So that's another thing, playing mind games with people. Now here's the footage of me just doing the same exact run play. It's just how a single back trips. Nothing too crazy about this play, but you guys will see most part of just user stick skills, juking, timing it. This is another thing to take into consideration when it comes to ESG, which I preach about, broke down the gameplay and how the learning curve is completely different from Madden college football that we're accustomed to. Um, ESG is really going to showcase true user skills. We'll get more into that in another video, but overall today's video was just giving you guys a history lesson of, what I used to do, what I currently do, what I'm going to be doing in the future, and just updating you guys that probably didn't know anything about me. So once again, I will leave all the information for the ESG beta sign up, the waiting room Discord that they have down below in the description, as well to my own personal community Discord for you guys to interact with me, practice, ask questions, whatever the case may be. That's the best way to get a hold of me. As well, I will leave all the links down below in the description as well in my community Discord to all the most insane videos that you may have missed out on that you haven't seen, like me playing top Madden players, top YouTubers, um, popular YouTubers that is, and just much more that you have missed. Like I said, I posted a lot of videos over the year, and you guys probably never witnessed those videos. So, once again, all that would be down below in the description. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to also comment down below on this video. I'll do my best to interact and respond to you guys on YouTube as well. Also, I have more social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Go follow me on those as well because that's another way to interact with me and get in touch with me. So I'm kind of branching out little by little, expanding upon what I'm doing, and just trying to get a better outlet and reach to you guys and more people out there. The one crazy thing, the beginning of this year when College Football 25 released, I hosted a pretty successful dynasty. We went about 2 years, but within that first year of the dynasty season, we really got to see who was good, who was bad, who was terrible. And I want to get back into that because just the online regs, how it's done nowadays, is just terrible. But Dynasty franchise mode is the best way to kind of establish great players, and it's worth playing for in comparison to just facing the same teams over and over in regs or wasting money on Ultimate Team when it comes down to who has the most money to spend for the team. But overall, that's just another opinion thing that I preach and broke down in numerous videos. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about what you guys found out that you may not know in today's video. Once again, you guys got any questions, hit me up in the comments, any of my social media accounts, join my community Discord, and just ask me there. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.